Hello, and this session is going to look at using R Commander to run a single case data analysis. Now, I'm assuming that you've got R on your computer and I use RStudio to run it. If you need to know anything about obtaining the software and the commands for loading it, then this paper by Bulte and Onhina, Single Case Data Analysis Package Analyzing Single Case Experiments with R Software in the Journal of Modern Applied Statistical Methods, which I'm pretty sure is free to download online, tells you all about it. I'll just run through it quickly. Tells you all about how to use the R Commander package, the different details of it, and it gives you what the outputs look like. But one of the important things, or some of the other important things it gives you at the end, is an appendix, and this tells you how to obtain the package. It also gives you this important command here, which is the one you need to actually run the package once it's in R. So I'll minimize that just now. So you need to obtain that paper first, but once you've got that, initiate R Commander. I tend to use, initiate RStudio. I tend to use RStudio rather than the raw R package because it gives you various facilities. The best one of which is it saves your previous coding, and I've just been using R Commander, so I just click on that, double click on that, and it loads it into the R software, carriage return, and it loads up the R Commander package. You'll know when it's loaded because you'll see something else appearing on the screen. There it is. That's the R Commander package. Now, the first thing you need to do is to load data into R Commander. So you go to Data, Import Data. I tend to use SPSS, so we'll find an SPSS file. Okay, I'll go to where I know there's an SPSS file. SPSS files, and I'm going to analyze some EdFed data from a single case study that I'm involved in at the moment. I'll click on that. I'm going to load this file up because I know that it's an ABA study. You can also do AB analysis as well. For AB analysis, you don't need to manipulate the data at all. You just need to store it in a particular way. For ABA, you need to edit it slightly. But I'll just open the file, the SPSS file. Sorry, I've just loaded it. I'll go back and open that file. I'm just going to open that file. This will take a few seconds. Ignore that for the time being. By the way, having clicked on the file while this was open, I've loaded it into the R Commander. We'll need to come back to that in a second. But just wait until the SPSS file is loaded, and I'll show you how to arrange the data in an SPSS file, because that's not obvious in the paper. Okay, that's the SPSS data. For single case analysis, you don't put in participants across the way as you would normally do. What you do for single case analysis is across the way, horizontally. What you do is you enter each data point. So here under the second column we've got the actual values of the data point. These are scores on a feeding evaluation scale for older people with dementia, and here we've got the phase of the study, A, B or A. You could call that anything you want, but ABA is the usual way to describe those. So it's got a phase A, it's got a B phase of intervention, and then it's got back to the A baseline phase again. So I don't want to save that. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so what I've done is I've loaded that in here, but the data are not ready to analyze if it's an ABA experiment. If it's an AB with two phases, you can just go ahead and analyze but for A, B, A, you need to do something else to the data. So you need to edit the data set. And what you need to do, you get the complete data set showing up like this. There are 16 data sets, data points. There's A, B, and then A. What you need to go through and do is number the first phase A1. All of the data points get called A1. Then the next phase gets called B1. You have to label them. You can't leave them as B or it doesn't work properly. Oops. B1, 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 B1. Then for the second set of A data, you need to label it A2, 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 and A2. Press OK. If you're in any doubts, view the data set. You can see it's got A1, B1, and A2. Close that. So to do the most basic analysis, you go into SCDA, single case data analysis, assuming you've got the right software downloaded into your R package. You're going to do a SCVA analysis. You can do a graphical display. I'll just show you what that looks like. It's an ABA phase, so you choose the right kind of design, and that's what it looks like. But we can do something else here. We can also, you need to close that. You can't do anything with any further analysis with that open. What we can also do is go back in there, choose a single case analysis, and we can plot the measure of central tendency in this case. So you need to go in, choose the right kind of design, and in this case we'll choose the mean value for each of those sets of points. Just a hint here, you only get one chance at doing this. If you do this wrong and run it and it's not right, you can't go back in and change these. What you need to do is cancel and start again. Anyway, I've chosen the right ones. It's an ABA phase design. We want to plot the central tendency of those points, and it gives you exactly the same plot, but it plots the central tendency. And that's an ABA study, for example, where that's the baseline, and there's been an intervention to help someone to feed, measured using the EdFed scale, and then it's withdrawn in the second A phase, and you see it reverts back to the original level. And that's all there is to running a single case analysis using R Commander. Then these files can be saved. You can save it as meta file, PostScript, or whatever. I tend to save them as a PDF, give it a name, single case data file, SCDF, and save it to my desktop, and you ought to see it appear up there. Okay, you can get rid of that. Let's click on the PDF just to check. There it is, and you can do what you want with the PDF and label the axis or whatever. Close that, and then get rid of that. Don't need to keep it. Close down your R Commander file. I tend just to exit and not to save any of these things, because you just need to do them again anyway. And then close down your R Studio, and it's ready to be used the next time. Thank you very much for listening.